Welcome to Marketing and Mindset for Wellness Coaches, the podcast for health coaches and wellness entrepreneurs just like you who are building a business, making the world a healthier place, and designing a first-class life. I'm your host, Kim Foster, MD and certified business coach, and I'm on a mission to help you up-level your strategy and raise your mindset so you can truly thrive and grow your business. Let's get started. Hey there, welcome to this episode. Today we are going to talk about creating content, and I think that you're really going to enjoy this topic. Now, some of my clients and students enjoy writing, and so for them, creating content is fun and relatively easy. But I also have a lot of clients and students who say to me, well, I'll do it if I have to, but to be honest, I'm not really a natural writer, and I just really don't love it. So if the thought of blogging leaves you cold, you are not alone. In fact, if you ask some coaches what their most dreaded task is, blogging ranks right up there, maybe close to bookkeeping and paying bills. Many people just simply don't like to write, so they avoid doing it. But as you can imagine, if you do that, your traffic will suffer. So what do you do? Well, if any of this sounds familiar, then you are definitely going to want to stay tuned because I have got some really great solutions for you. So let's dive in. Now, here's the thing. We want to build a business based on our strengths. And I want to say right up front that this is different than recognizing your limiting beliefs. So before we go any further, I want you to ask yourself, is this story that you're telling yourself about writing? I want you to ask yourself where that is coming from. Is this a limiting belief that has come to you from somebody who told you, maybe when you were a kid or a teenager, that you are not a good writer? Somewhere along the way, did you identify with the idea that you're not a natural writer, and then you've kind of worn that identity ever since then? So make sure that you're not just believing your own stories, your own limiting beliefs without examination. Take a minute to ask yourself whether this really is true. Is this a true objective fact, or is it more of a belief or a story? But once you've done that and given it some actual thought, if you know you're not simply dealing with a limiting belief, but legit this is just something you don't love to do, or writing is simply not a strength of yours, does that mean that you won't be able to create content? Because I think that most people realize the value in creating content. If you want to leverage the power of organic search, it's really important for you to be creating original content on a consistent basis. So it is a great way for your target audience to find you. And it's also a really effective strategy for nurturing your community and helping people to move along that continuum of know, like, and trust. The more that you're showing up and being an authority in your space and sharing valuable content, the more that people will think of you as the go-to person. And when they're in a position to invest in help or support or guidance, they will immediately think of you. And that is powerful. So the question remains, if writing isn't your strong suit, do you just miss out on all of those juicy benefits? So here's the good news. If you don't like to write or it's not your strength, there are plenty of other ways to create shareable content on a regular basis. And that is without ever putting your fingers to a keyboard. Well, not much anyway. So here we go. I've got 3 strategies for you. Strategy number 1 is to crowdsource. So what I'm talking about here is hosting guest bloggers on your site. Featuring guest bloggers is a fantastic way to generate content and also get in front of a whole new audience. Other bloggers and marketers and coaches and service providers, they're always looking for ways to grow their audience, and many of them would jump at the chance to appear as a guest on your blog. And they will be sure to promote their post and, as a result, your site to their community and their current audience. It's really a win-win for both of you. Now, if you're not so keen on the guest blogging idea, what about doing like a text-based interview or possibly a cross-blog conversation? All that you do is you supply a list of questions to your interviewee and then post her responses. An interview format is perfect for introducing your audience to somebody that they might want to get to know better. Now, a cross-blog conversation, it can require a little more work on your part, but it can be a really fun way for your readers to get to know you a bit better. A cross-blog conversation is exactly what it sounds like. It's a discussion that takes place on two different blogs with you and your blogging partner, both offering opinions about a topic, just as if you were having a chat over coffee. All right, strategy number 2 is to forget about writing and focus on audio and video content instead. Podcasting and video blogs, they are more popular than ever, and they are perfect for people who just don't want to write. With either type of content, like audio or video, all that's really required is you sharing your thoughts. You can keep it nice and simple. You don't have to do interviews if you don't want to or don't feel ready for that. And you certainly don't have to hire a studio for a day to record a series of super professional videos. Really, you can just create podcasts and video blogs with nothing more than your laptop. Use the built-in camera, or if you're doing audio, just a headset and an audio recorder. Just fire up your laptop and share your thoughts. Honestly, do not worry about perfection. Your audience will love the chance to see the real you. I had a client once who she had a lot to share, but she was not keen to do a lot of writing. And this was actually the exact strategy we worked out for her. She didn't mind appearing on video. I mean, we all have those little qualms when we first start on video, but she was willing to push past that and just start making short and sweet YouTube videos. She was sharing a little bit of content, a personal story, a tip here and there, an easy strategy for her audience. And little by little, she started to build up a nice library of video content. And remember, YouTube is a search engine. People go there to search for stuff, and they're usually looking for answers and solutions. And as a coach, that's the perfect situation. You definitely want to be where people are looking for help in your field of expertise. Okay, let's move on to strategy number 3, which is to curate content. Now, if you're like most people, you might already be sharing a variety of content on your social media accounts. You maybe point out articles that you've read or videos that you've enjoyed or some infographics that explain a complex idea in a really simple and appealingly visual way. It's part of what makes social media fun, and it's a way of sharing information. But what if you took your sharing one step further and posted your finds on your blog first before linking them on social media? This is what it means to curate content. So the result of this technique, where you're adding your opinion or your thoughts with a link to the original article or video, is that you're going to drive traffic to your site rather than to somebody else's. And not only that, but it gives you more of an opportunity to start a conversation with your readers about the content that you're sharing. I bet you could pull together a nice little collection of articles or resources or videos in fairly short order and summarize them inside a blog post and link them all inside that blog post. And there you go. You've created a new piece of content without having to do all kinds of writing yourself. I actually did this myself for a little while. I do like to write, but when I started getting really busy with my health and wellness coaching business, I found that I did not have the time to keep up my blog in quite the same way. So what I would do is create Roundup Posts, where I pulled together a list of recent articles and resources from around the internet on a particular health or wellness topic, and then I would give my 2 cents. It was actually very quick and quite fun, actually, and it also really helped to further my authority in the wellness space. All right, let's recap. If you are not keen on doing a lot of writing, but you still want to create content for your website, then you can try one of these 3 strategies. The first one is to crowdsource, as in getting guest bloggers to write for your site. The second is to focus on creating audio or video content instead of just written content. The third is to curate content instead of writing everything from scratch completely yourself. So I hope that these 3 strategies give you some ideas and also help to show you that just because you don't love to write, you can't have original content on your site. I know that if you are not a wordsmith, creating content can seem like an overwhelming task, but rather than just giving up and then letting your blog kind of languish, I encourage you to explore some other ways to create content that your community will enjoy and share. So now, as always, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Do you consider writing to be a strength of yours or not? And if not, which one of these ideas will you start using first to begin to build up your content so that you can be discoverable to your target market and also nurture your community? So let me know your thoughts by taking a screenshot of this episode while you're listening to it on your phone and then post it inside your Instagram stories and tag me. I'm at Dr. Kim Foster, or just send me a DM and let's talk about it. Okay, have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to talk to you again next week. Bye for now. Thanks so much for listening. If you are ready to build a coaching business that gives you freedom and flexibility and allows you to make a meaningful impact in the world, but you're not really sure how to get started or what you need to do to attract the perfect clients and grow your income, then let me be your coach. I would love to teach you my exact framework, my proven method for how I created a freedom-based business for myself and how I've helped dozens of clients do the same thing and create a life that is better than their dreams. Get started by heading over to drkimfoster.com/business training, and there you can sign up for my free online training called The 4-Part Formula for Replacing Your 9-to-5 Income with a Coaching Business You Love.